Jive bar versus Twix bar. Which is the better caramel biscuit treat? We're going to find out. A regular viewer of this channel wanted me to try Jive bars versus Twix bars. My God, this is an enormous packet. This is the smallest one that I could find. 9 bars, and they're double bars, compared to the twin 5 bars that I've got from Jive from Aldi. Let's give them a taste test and see which one's better. So I've got Jive bars, Twix bars. We first need to have a look at these calories and sugar. Now, because they're multi-packs, all of the info is inconveniently on the main packaging. So, the Jive bar per twin bar. So remember, this is 2 bars in each one. So let's have a look. So a twin bar of the Jive bar is 42 grams. Now the calories is 194 and you've got 19 grams of sugar. The Twix bar, let's have a look. So for the Twix bars, everything is dealt with in portions, and a portion is apparently half of one. I have no idea what crazy fool is eating one of these and leaving the rest till later. You eat them both in one go. Per portion is individual, so we're going to double everything. So 40 grams for the whole bar. We're talking 198 calories for the whole thing, 19.6 grams of sugar. So interestingly, these have got slightly more sugar and slightly more calories, but yet they have got less grams. Only by a couple of grams, but every gram counts when it comes to food and biscuits. Now, it wouldn't be a Swapper Shopper video if I didn't have my trusty clean plate on my dirty table. My table is clean, but we eat off a plate, not a table. We are not pigs. Well, some of us. Jive bar's on your right, Twix is on your left. Let's have a look. We're going to try the Twix first, then we'll move on to the Jive bar. So let's have a look. I'm going to break them in half, show you the inside, eat it, and give you my review. Ooh, so gooey. Okay, here we go. Right. So, here's your Twix bar. If you've never seen a Twix bar in your life, this is what it looks like. Have a good look. I don't know how much you can see of that, but that is a Twix bar. So, with a Twix, remember, these are just biscuit with caramel with milk chocolate. But remember, the main ingredient for these is sugar. As per everything that you seem to eat these days, first ingredient, sugar. You're having a drink of Lucozade, some sugar. Water, sugar, that's all it is. So, let's give this Twix a try. I'm going to give you an in-depth review. Are you ready? Okay. Okay. How would I describe the taste of that Twix? Salty. Very salty. You know how these days you have caramel and you have salted caramel? That to me tastes like salted caramel. But as far as I'm aware, they don't market it as salted caramel, it's just caramel. Now, the biscuit, I don't really like Twixes that much. It's quite dry. It is nice for a biscuit, I would say. The caramel's too salty for me. There's not enough taste of chocolate on it. Remember, this is Mars chocolate. Mars makes these Twix bars. I don't know about you, but over the last couple of years, I have noticed that the people that are eating the big tubs of things like Celebrations, Roses, etc. are really complaining about the taste of the chocolates. Now, the reason being is that Mars, Nestle, Cadbury's, they've all been changing their chocolate recently. They have to put less sugar, less added ingredients and things, because they have to abide by all these health regulations and try and make it healthier for you, thus completely ruining the chocolate. In my opinion, the chocolate should be fattening, it should be enjoyable, it should be a succulent, tasty experience, and it should be a once in a while thing. It shouldn't be something you have regularly. Overall, it's a good bar, but it's way too salty for me. I'm really hoping this Jive bar meets up to the expectations that Lewis, who is the regular viewer who suggested this, has recommended to me, and I'm expecting it to have really, really good results. So, interestingly, rather than like a normal silvery foily wrapper, it just seems to be a pretty much plain wrapper. It seems a little bit cheaply made because it is a cheaper product, of course. Okay, immediately you can tell that there's like a flat bottom of it compared to the ridges. Now you can tell when you're having a Twix because you can feel it. I don't know if that was an intentional design for you to have that kind of feel at the bottom of a Twix or if it's just an afterthought. But we're going to give the Jive bar a taste. Lewis, this better be good. Oh, okay. Oh, there's no snap to it like the Twix. It just crumbles, basically. So I haven't got a clean break. Now I've made a mess over my dirty table, Lewis. You can come and clean that. Okay, so here's the cross-section of the Jive bar. It's pretty much similar to a Twix. So much difference? There's not much difference really, to be honest. Let's have a look. Let's give it a taste. Bit more crumbly. Ooh. Ooh, okay. Lewis, you might be onto something. Ooh. Do you know what, Lewis? Those are bang on them. The difference is quite a bit, to be fair. The caramel is lovely and gooey, just like the Twix one. But the difference with the Twix, like I say, is it's too salty. It's just overwhelming. The Jive bar has that nice rich caramel. It doesn't have nearly as much salt flavour into it. The chocolate is rich, it's smooth, it's velvety. The biscuit is a little bit more crumbly, but I'd argue actually that makes for a better eating experience because you want all the flavours to kind of melt in your mouth together, whereas the Twix, it feels like once you get past the caramel, you've unfortunately just got a little bit of a dry biscuit at the bottom, which isn't that great. I do like the snap of a Twix, don't get me wrong, but the Jive bar is pretty damn good. Now you can see that because it didn't get a clean break, I've got a little bit extra to eat. Lucky me. Yeah, that's really nice. Again, here's the comparison. Twix, Jive bar. So, Lewis, you're trying to convert me to a Jive bar. You've been raving about this to see how good the Jive bar really is. I prefer them, I have to say. I pretty much would convert from Twix to Jive bar. I don't normally eat Twixes that often because I do find them too salty, too indulgent. These Jive bars, I could have as a treat every once in a while. These are pretty damn good. So, Jive bar from Aldi, Twix from Tesco, Sainsbury's, wherever you want to go. Now, don't get me wrong, these are of course indulgent treats. These are not healthy things. But if I was going to go with one of these, I would definitely now go with a Jive bar. If you've never had a Jive bar, as Lewis did with me, I recommend that you go to Aldi and get some Jive bars to give them a try. I think you'll be pretty surprised. Now, you may be too used to a Twix that all you can think about is, nah, it has to have that kind of rough texture, it has to be nice and salty, that has to be the proper Twix. But I think you're just conditioned to it. The reason being is that it's obviously owned by Mars. They have tons of advertising everywhere. They market it as the best product out there. Ultimately, I disagree. I would much prefer to have a Jive bar. So, Lewis, you've converted me from Twix to Jive bar. Excellent. If you've got any more suggestions, leave them in the comments down below. That goes for the rest of you. We're at 100 subscribers for Swapper Shopper already. At the end of this year, I want to get to 1,000 subscribers. To do that, I'm going to need your help. I need your comments, your suggestions, your ideas. Share, like the video, subscribe on the YouTube channel, post us on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. We're on all of them. Ultimately, I want your suggestions. Get involved. This is going to be a great year for the channel, and I want your guys' involvement. Until then, see you in the next video. Ciao.